Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Reality Skewed Gamers Reviews with your boy Ranger J 1999. And that strange being from another planet over there is Big K, the Cashmere. Cashmere, how are you, man?
Hey,
Going
doing
on, man? I
good.
am hyped, brother. I am hyped. We're here to talk
Woo.
about episode 2, season 3 of The Mandalorian, The Mines of Mandalore. And oh my god, this episode was incredible. My God. We tried to record this episode previously, but it didn't had a technical issue, so we're doing it again. But man, really good episode, dude. I don't know what those put it.
Yes.
This series, man, so far, just mwah. I don't know how you. It's just so good, dude. It's so good, man. There's so much to talk about here. I guess we can start with Tatooine. Let's just get into it, right?
Yeah.
We get in there with the mechanic. What's her name?
I don't remember her
I didn't
name.
write her name down, but
Yeah.
she's really grown on me. I really like the character. She's swindling the Rodian. I love this. So there's a guy there, Rodian. It's Boonta Eve. It's a big thing on Tatooine. He was first mentioned in episode 1, and I like that little Easter egg.
Hmm.
And you see their celebrations and races and stuff going around, and they show her in her hangar with this guy saying, "Look, it's going to take me this long to get the parts," and blah blah. I'm sorry, it looks like someone stole all your stuff, and we can fix it, but it's going to take some time unless you want to pay a little bit. And he's like, "Fine," and it looks like he's a wealthy guy and stuff. And the
Hmm.
speeder's pretty high class, so he goes off, says, "Give me some time, I'll let you know." And then you see Java's coming in with all the parts,
With all the point.
and she has a relationship with the Java. We've established that, and they're
Yes.
like, "Yeah, okay, you got to make a
Throws in
but."
make sure
Of
you
course,
paint
on
them so they look different.
yeah, yeah. Oh my god. Then Mando comes in, and of course you see Grogu and the relationship, and of course he's looking for parts for IG-86, and she's like, "No, take R5." And of course R5 Red is from episode 4. We saw it in Book of Boba. He's here now,
Yeah.
and he's a big puss. Been through a lot. You can see that he's got some wear and tear on him. And I love the conversation that they're having. He's like, I'm right here. You guys are talking to me like I'm not right here. The Red 5 joins him because he needs a droid again to go test out there. And I just like the relationship that he has with her. Um, and Grogu loves her, and
Hmm.
they have a real close connection.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I just was a really good scene on Tatooine, man. How'd you feel about everything? I thought it was great. I mean, it really was a really
Yeah.
fun little scene. You
I
know,
like how they have as R5, the saying that he's a great droid, he's very sturdy or whatever, and he does the exact same thing that he does in the exact same part breaks as in episode 4.
yeah, like was just before he getting ready to leave, and that's the scene that you see in the trailer where they're going through the fireworks that's happening at night on
Yeah.
Tatooine. And he looks just for you. It's like, I thought you said he was top notch. What? Can't hear you.
Can't
Sorry,
hear
gotta
you.
go. Good luck. Okay, get out of here.
Yeah.
It's like, so he's got his droid, and they go to Mandalore. Great, great. I had goosebumps on some of these shots they had of Mandalore. If you've watched Clone Wars and Rebels, and you've seen, there is a shot in here, and I got goosebumps seeing it in live action when in Clone Wars season 7, where you see, Visla and his forces against the clone troopers and stuff. That walkway at the very end, they're walking in the main city there, and I'm just like, is that the same causeway that they fought that battle in during? I was like, get the hell out of here, man! I was just getting goosebumps. Um, I got to say too, this episode, Kaz, Bo-Katan's, man. I love what they are doing with Bo-Katan. In episode 1, just see her for a brief moment, and she's like, "Okay, go do what you want to do," right?
Yeah.
But
I'm done with
she
this.
gets pulled back in, and I love what they do with her character here. One, seeing the wheels turning with Bo-Katan, and some of the stuff that the lore she talks about, right? That she was the part of the royal family. This was once a great. I mean, seeing the devastation that was happening to Mandalore is unbelievable. They did such a great job of that.
Yeah.
The and then some of the things that she's telling through her parts, whether it's through Grogu or to Mando to Jin, I just got goosebumps. I'm like, oh god, they're breaking the lore down here. When she talks about the thing that they read when you get into the waters. Um, yeah, but she's still, she's not having it, but you see the wheels are turning as all this stuff happens. But before we get to, I mean, Katie Sackhoff is killing it right now. I don't know how you feel, Cash, but I mean, Bo-Katan is unbelievable in this so far.
She's great. I mean, I don't like redheads, but
That's because you're an
it's
idiot. Watch
well, I
Star Wars
mean,
Lore with Idiots, our other stuff, and you can see how dumb Cashmere is. He does say some dumb things. I
I'm married to a redhead. That's what's
know, yeah.
the best part.
And I know I've met your wife. She's lovely, and I hope she kicks your ass for saying that.
She will. I'll make sure she will have a technical difficulties when she's playing this part.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Just scroll through that. That's obsolete
yeah,
material.
yeah,
You don't need to
yeah,
hear that
yeah.
part.
No, just there's nothing to see here, nothing to
Mhm.
hear here. But I just love like, I mean, he's like Din is as he's going there, he's with Yoda, and he's like, "Listen, you need to know how to
Grogu.
navigate. You need to know how to do these things." Grogu, yeah,
Yes, he's teaching him, and Grogu's
he's
listening,
teaching.
man.
Yeah, he's like, "Listen, you got this dial does this. Here's where hey, this is where I'm from. This is my
This is where
planet.
Bo-Katan is,
This
and
is
this is how.
remember this planet. This is where
Yes,
this is where
perfect.
Bo was. You need to know how you need to know these things. Like, and he like he admits, like, I've never been to Mandalore. This is like his first
My
time,
first
so
time
he's
here
like,
too.
yeah.
So they land on.
Um,
They get through Mandalore. Red 5 goes. R5 goes off. He does come back. He goes out. They show a really good scene where there's these creatures that are native to Mandalore that jump him, and he finds Red 5, and then you see him using the dark saber. He still has not learned how to control
nope.
that thing, right? Which is a contrast because we'll get to it, but
We'll get
Bo shows been, you know, makes absolute sense. Bo Katan's had that thing for and knows all about it, has used it,
Mhm.
she's mastered it. So it made the contrast was such a good between him using it and her using it. And I love that to show that Bo Katan knows how to handle the dark saber.
Mhm.
He does not. Even though he kicks the shit out of the bad guys when they first get there. Um, it's such a great contrast. This was directed really well. The
Yeah.
visuals in this are stunning. I mean, the show the devastation of what's going on with Mandalore. I love what they do with Grogu in this too, because Grogu is not the helpless baby anymore. He's got
Mhm.
the Force, and you're like, well, how's he gonna get around? He can float and fly around just with Mando, just And I love those scenes with him, with either Mando or Bo, where he just do. He can do
Yeah.
whatever. And the thing is, because what happens is Mando goes there, they're looking for the mines. uh, he finds a helmet. He's looking for the waters. To redeem himself, and he gets jumped by the creepy. I don't know what this was. It was a robot machine, but it had bio-organic kind of living creature in it, kind of like a really bad version of Grievous. It's not a cyborg,
Mhm.
but it's something along those lines, less than Grievous was. Captures him, and then Grogu falls behind, tries to save him. I love seeing him hop around and stuff. And he says, go get Bo
Go get
Katan.
Bo.
Go get Bo." And the the cool thing is that he goes, and then he learns how to navigate. And then they get to Bo, and she's like, he's back again, but I'm gonna kick him. I'm gonna finally make him see. And then the ship lands, and she's looking, and then she sees him, and she's like, what happened to Jin? And then she goes there, and man, Bo Katan, man, she is a badass, and they showed how
Mhm.
badass she is. She sees like this thing in the ceiling, and she's from Mandalore. She knows. She knows
He
those
knows.
creatures are there and kicks their ass, dude. Straight up. Then she gets to Jin, sees the dark saber, picks it up, and as Mando had no chance to get this thing, oh my god, her with the dark saber, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you felt,
She
but
she
I was
knows
sitting there going,
she knows she's been
ah!
fighting. Yeah. She's been fighting her whole life. She's had that dark saber. She knows how to wield it.
So she saves him. They have a great chemistry. They have a lot of good moments here. When they're coming there to save him, she talks about Mandalore and some things to Grogu. And she's dropping nuggets everywhere. Once they save Jin, like, look, I gotta go do this, right? And then she's like, look, you're gonna get lost. I'll take you to where you want to go. All right, because I don't want to have to save you again, kind of thing. There's a cool moment. She's like, you've never had. Was like, what is this? You've never had this? I mean, this is what we.
Pog soup. But
Yeah,
even as she's making it, she's going to give it to him, and baby, you see him there like he wants it.
yeah. Grogu loves his soup.
Yeah.
Um, but she starts dropping the lore on their way there. And you see Bo talking about what Mandalore is like. She was part of the royal family. The rituals was more. It really didn't mean anything to them,
Hmm.
but it was more about they had to see their princess, and yeah, she's
Yeah.
sharing intimate details about being part of the royal family. And if you don't know, her sister was the one that led. Bo was the warrior, right? So her sister was the leader of the faction. It talked about her father. I love the line where she's talking about her father, and Jin says, "I bet he was proud of you." He's like, "I know she was." And he just looks at her and
Yeah.
says, "Way, you know." Just great moments like that. Given the
Hmm.
whole some history to the Mandalorian, it's like if you've not seen some of these other shows, you get a taste of what she's talking about. And then they get to the waters, and I just thought it was going to be seeing Jin get into the water, says the
Hmm.
creed, and that's it. That's not what happened. I love the foreshadowing. She reads the story that's read, about Mandalore the Great. I will say Mandalore the Great. I want to say Mandalore the Ultimate, but I think that was four. I'm getting my lore mixed up, but probably Mandalore the Great. Um, and it read all right, I was saying how this monster created this thing and he tamed it, and it's all this stuff, right? And you can tell Bo is cynical. These
Yeah.
traditions to her are just they're for show. It's just for
Hmm.
pageantry. It's for the people. This history is just history, and this part, like the ceremonies didn't mean much to her. It's just more about just getting gifts and going through
More the
this.
pomp and circumstance,
Yes,
versus.
than it is for Jin, because he starts seeing the creed and you just seeing her looking at him like, God, he is really committed to being a Mandalorian. And he walks in the water, but oops, he's wearing full armor and sinks immediately. She dives in to rescue
Yeah.
him, does. Great moment where you see the creature that the Mandalorians adopted, the skull and stuff, for their visage,
Insignia.
their
Yeah.
insignia, their coat of arms. And she sees it, and she does it. The last thing you see is them coming out of the water. And I think Bo's just her world's been turned upside down.
Yeah.
Seeing that, not and I this episode, man, so goddamn good. There is so much stuff that I'm just giving you the general points um of this show of this episode, and it was so good. I love that they show Grogu. He's not a hapless baby anymore. I mean, that scene
Hmm.
he's going to try to get back. He's handling business, right? And I
Yep.
love that creature comes out. It's like, aha. And he's like, nope.
Boom.
Tosses his ass to the ground. And you can see he's had some training in the forest, and I love that, right?
Yeah.
He's not the helpless critter anymore. He's got some
Hmm.
skills. I mean, he can hold his own, especially you can see he's getting more comfortable using the force as, with the training he's had from Luke. In previous stuff, but man, this episode, dude. I mean, I've been talking for a few minutes here, Kaz. Give me your thoughts, some scenes that you loved, things that you
Yeah.
loved about this episode, because I know we're both on the same page. We both love this
Mhm.
episode.
So I thought, especially the way last week set up with the IG, um, whatever
Eleven.
IG 11,
Yeah.
the IG unit. The way it was set up, I thought this was going to be like, like kind of like some of the other seasons where, all right, this is going to be his side mission
It's a
is have
filler
to get
episode.
this.
Something happens. Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought the
we're
same
gonna go
thing. We're going
we're
to
gonna go to
Tatooine.
Tatooine.
I'm like, oh god, we're
We're
back
gonna
on
ask for
Tatooine.
this. Oh, great, I don't have it, but can you do me a favor while you're here? And something. What some of these pirates or just something stupid like that. But no, they're like, nope, let's F this. We're going straight to Mandalore. We're not gonna drag this thing out. We're going straight there, and we're gonna do this. Where that I thought this would have been episode 4. Would have been this episode, but
Oh
they
man,
didn't drag that out at all. They went straight for the throat on this one,
yeah, they are not messing
which was
around
great
with
to
this
see.
series so far. I love it. You don't
Mhm.
need filler anymore. I mean, you really don't.
No,
Just stick to the main story, and God
yeah,
Almighty,
I mean, really, what new character, what legacy character can they bring in that they haven't already?
oh
That
God,
would make sense for them to have to kind of do a one-off episode of like, hey, it's Boba Fett, everybody, he's still alive, type of thing, or it's
yeah.
Ahsoka, or it's whomever. We've done that. We're all set with that. And just the way last week was set up, where it seems like Bo was just kind of done with
It's
this,
done. She's
and
been
she
there,
just
done that. She's
wants,
tired. She's just like, I've
yeah,
tried.
I'm,
You
you
know, I don't
know,
want to do this anymore. I'm just like checked out. You know, I'm just gonna chill
yeah,
until I figure out what I want to do. But she was, but seeing her react when Grogu just shows up,
hmm,
you could tell that she was fronting. She was fronting hard because she
yeah,
just didn't want to get involved with Jen. But when the shit hit the fan, you saw, okay, I got to stop fronting. I got to be like who I really am. Like she didn't
yeah,
hesitate. She was like, where is he? And
hmm,
immediately, was on the ball, like doing what she needs to do. I mean, Bo
yeah,
Katan is a hero. I mean, she
mhm,
is absolutely a badass. And you saw that in both fights where she kicks the shit out of the locals when they come at her. She knew they were going to ambush ahead of time. She's just looking up and I love that scene where she just pushes Grogu back
yeah,
and just boom, 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 and just kicks their ass, man. And then when she
hmm,
fought that, whatever we want to call that droid cyborg thing, that spider, I mean, it was a terrifying monster. It
yeah,
was a different thing with that creepy eye and shit, the organic eye and stuff. Her getting that dark saber, man. God, you just saw her use it, just like easy peasy slicing this thing up, and I just, the
yeah.
direction, the visuals, the writing on this has been so good so far.
Yeah. I thought maybe she was going to try and like maybe kind of try and use this as an opportunity to get the dark saber back,
no, she has no
but
interest.
no,
Straight,
she
gave
just
right
went
back.
straight
She's like, there you
to,
go, buddy.
yeah,
You know. I saw somebody that was asking me like, how do I compare Andor to this? Just it's different. It's just a totally different series. I mean, Andor is what Andor is, and it
mhm,
handles the spy thriller. It's that kind of genre, and it's that over there, and I love it for that, and it's phenomenal. But Mandalorian, man, just gives me those moments where I just get goose pimples on my skin. I'm just like my skin's crawling, like, oh my god, like, oh, I mean, I know I'm gonna have the same reactions when we get the Ahsoka series later on this year, where I'm just like, oh god,
yeah.
live action Thrawn, ah, you know, but
Allegedly, we don't know yet.
we're getting it. Come on, but yeah, there's so much good stuff in this, man. I love this episode. It was so good, so many good character moments, so much character development. I love that Mandalore, this leads, because this is going to lead right into the next episode, I'm hoping,
Oh yeah.
where it's like, okay, we just had that big thing happen at the end. Bo's world's been turned upside down. What she thought was just pomp and circumstance is now going, okay, maybe there's some truth behind this, right?
Mhm.
And then Mando's been redeemed now. So how's he going to handle? Because now we know Mandalore can be resettled. So what are they going to do? They know it's a livable space.
Mhm.
So how are they going to unite the clans? And what is going to be the impact of the Mandalorians coming back to their homeworld and, you know, doing their thing? And I love the line she talked, when she was talking to Grogu about the Jedi, like he once uh fought alongside the Jedi, they were our allies, and just these little nuggets of lore that she was dropping in,
Yeah.
about herself, about Mandalorians, about all these things. Just, oh, it was so good. Between the action stuff, there was really good character moments and lore moments, and just I'm blown away. Out of five, I'm going to give this a 4.5 out of 5. I don't remember what
Oof.
we're rating it, but God, this episode was phenomenal. I mean, I
I
think
think
I
we did
gave it a,
dark sabers last time. I think this was how many
out of
dark
Dark
sabers?
Sabers. Yeah, it's a 4.5 out of
Yeah.
me, man. I love this episode. Just God Almighty, man, just so good. I don't know what you feel about it. What are you going to rate
Mhm.
this, dude? What do you
I mean,
feel?
I loved it. I'm was more towards the four,
Still a
but
good score, man. Score
yeah. Oh
four,
yeah,
four,
yeah.
but
But
yeah,
still, it was a great episode. I just I want to save some room. I want to give them some room for to get even better down the road.
yeah.
But
So, and we
lots of good nuggets, lots of good just they did a great job. I know last week kind of like we didn't really talk about it, but I know kind of from talking to other people, one of the more complaints is that it basically recapped what happened in Book of Boba.
had to.
A lot of
It
yeah,
had
what
to.
which they had to. But like, if you've never seen Clone Wars, if you've
No,
never seen Rebels, you're caught up.
you're
You
good.
know you don't really, you know, I mean, if you're not the biggest lore junkie, um, you learned enough in this episode.
if you've watched nothing but Mandalorian, you're good because they're doing such a
Yeah.
good job of making sure you're up to date on what you need to know for what's happening in the story, which I think is smart because if you want to know more, like, oh, well, and then you go look, like, oh, they cover this in this show here. Maybe that,
Yeah.
it's really smart writing, man. It really is.
Hmm.
And I can't remember that Emily Richardson that directed this. I think that's the name of the
I don't
director.
remember.
I could be completely wrong on that. If I'm wrong, I'm sure the comments will let me know. But phenomenal job, man. Great job on
Yeah.
this. This was so well produced, and I have nothing but high praise for this so far. The first two episodes, especially this one, have really got me really back into the Mando
Yeah.
love.
I'm
Oh God, it's so good,
psyched.
dude.
Well, I can't wait for next week.
I can't either. I'm just on pins and needles. I wish I could binge this because I hate that it's weekly. Because when you watch something in its totality, which is what I enjoy watching, I do love to binge. But yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm ready, man. I can't Wednesday cannot get here fast enough because I
Mhm.
woke up this morning, did my more normal rituals, and then I was like, I was ready. Like I didn't even hesitate, man. I'm like, okay, when it was time to watch Mando and Bad Batch too because we're reviewing that. But I was like, I gotta watch Mando first, man. I gotta see where they're going to go because I've been hearing some good things. Like, well, let me go check this out. And I just the whole time like,
Yeah.
there's some moments I'm just
Oh, one of the things like I ended up watching Bad Batch first today, and I'm watching it, and they have like they have where the one big thing happens
yeah,
kind of at the end, and then it kind of goes to black. So I'm like, all right, here come the credits, but like within 10 seconds, it's almost like a open your eyes type of thing, and it goes to another scene, and basically then it's
yeah.
done. I was like, all right, open your eyes. Come on, I want
They didn't
more.
they
I don't
didn't
want
do
this
I
to be
know
over.
they didn't do
I
that, and I
want
was like,
that,
wow, what a
I
way
want that
that
Marvel. Can I just watch the
oh my
credits and
god, what a
something else
great
happen?
yeah, what a great way, what a great stopping point because you're just like, oh, whatever,
Yeah.
oh, it makes you want to watch the next week immediately
Yeah. Oh,
because like,
yeah.
what happened? Now what? Like
Mhm.
after that,
Is it gonna pop out of that? Is
I don't
the
know,
like
but
is
all
it
I know is, man, it just oh god, it's so good. So let us know in the comments what you guys think of Mandalorian, whether you like it or dislike it. It's media, it's subjective. You're gonna have different
Mhm.
opinions. Give us your thoughts. I really am enjoying Mando so far. I think they're killing it. And Cash is enjoying it too. We're high on the
Yeah.
series so far. We'll see how the rest of the series plays out, but so far they're off to a great start, in my opinion. But let us know in the comments. Just be constructive. That's all we ask. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe. And if you like the stuff we put out, we do a lot of Star Wars stuff on the channel. We do the Old Republic. We play Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. We've got the lore with the idiots you can check out. All that great stuff's there. So, yeah, man. Any final thoughts there, Cash, as we get ready to wrap it up? Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, all
No,
that
can't wait
crap.
to see. Can't wait to
That's
see next week.
I can't either. So we will see you next week for episode 3. So, on behalf of myself and Big K, everyone have a great rest of your night, day, whenever you watch this. Hope you're having a good one, and may the force be with you. Peace out.